Joe Biden takes over the presidency of the U.S. in less than 2 weeks' time as the tumultuous Donald Trump era comes to an end. But should Britain pander to the new Democrat White House administration to secure a trade deal? Boris Johnson vowed to work closely with Mr. Biden when it became clear he had deposed Mr. Trump in November's bitterly fought U.S. election. He said, "The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is always going to work very, very closely with whoever is the President of the United States. But it is still unclear what the US-UK relationship will look like after Mr. Biden's January 20 inauguration." One former U.S. diplomat said, "The UK government continued to believe Trump was going to do favors for them, and that hasn't panned out. The trade deal was going to happen in a matter of weeks, then months, and it's now 4 years later and it hasn't happened." Despite the fears over a delayed trade deal, a government spokesman said both sides were ready to secure a deal to aid economic recovery from the pandemic. The spokesman said, "From the outset, we have engaged with U.S. partners on a bipartisan basis, at the federal and state level. This agreement would support both of our economies to build back better from COVID-19. Some US and UK officials believe Britain will not see a trade deal for some time amid suggestions Mr. Biden's team will look form greater ties with France and Germany." Secretary of State in waiting Anthony Blinken has described Brexit as a mess, while Mr. Biden himself served under Barack Obama, who was strongly opposed to Brexit and even warned of the consequences to transatlantic trade if the UK left the EU. Mr. Biden had also warned no trade deal could be done with Britain if the terms of the Northern Ireland Good Friday Agreement were breached by the Internal Markets Bill, although the legislation was eventually dropped. Charles Kupchan, a former official at the National Security Council for European Affairs, said London will nevertheless be further down the list of priorities for the White House as a result of its departure from the EU. He said, "When you wanted to get something done with Europe, you made the first or perhaps second call to London. You're still going to call London, but that call will be lower down in the queue. Britain doesn't have a seat at the table anymore. Biden is seeking to strengthen and renew ties with the EU, and Britain is not going to be a part of that."